it wasn't. It was your fault because it's negligence. But when it's a fact that you weren't paying attention, now it seems.
That's
worse.
like
It seems
it's
worse.
like you killed him.
You was watching porn.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
That's yeah.
100%. But no, listen. She wants forgiveness.
Maybe she's watching porn.
If she wants
understand that.
100%. I've nearly finished. As I was reading this story, one thought in particular was percolating around my prefrontal cortex. I bet Elijah loves this. It seems like exactly the sort of thing you would love, you bloody disgrace. In the Radio 2 book club pick, The Correspondent, Virginia Evans breaks away from the young main character stereotype with Sybil Van Antwerp, a woman in her 7th decade. She replaces cleverly choreographed fight scenes and action movie magic with calculated tugging of the heartstrings and thought-provoking prose. Even as somebody that likes a bit of action, I'm ready to be wowed. I'm ready to be moved. I'm ready to be touched in places I've never been touched before. Yes, Diddy.
So did she satisfy your needs?
Yes and
Pause
no.
this video right now. Go and read The Correspondent by
Virginia Evans. And when you've read it, you can join us for the discussion.
Or you can join us anyway because we're going to tell you all about it. My name's Elijah.
And I'm Joseph, and welcome to the Aisha Library. Wow, you looking at? You blundered something, but I don't know what it was.
What did I think of the book? I hear you ask.
Is that ever not gonna work?
Yeah, I know you've. Do you know what? I didn't think you would think that I loved the book.
Oh, is it?
I should have though.
Yeah,
but no, I didn't.
Oh, okay,
I thought
fair
it
enough.
was
So you found shame. You found shame.
I thought it was nonsense.
You
it
found
was a
shame.
waste of time. And I don't know why I expected anything different. I thought because this is the type of book that's so easily blundered, I thought the author was going to take some extra care to make this worthwhile. And it wasn't. I definitely think you should avoid reading this book. I think it's a waste of time. But if you haven't, let's go and rant about it together as we get into it. How many have you got?
I've got 5.
I think I've got 5 as well.
All right, I'll go first. Why not?
No, let me go first. Do you want to go first?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We've both got 5. It doesn't matter. Huh?
Remember what I said about the sleeping though?
Yeah. So I was looking at you sideways. So the hell you just told me about sleeping. So am I going, yeah?
No. Believe me, I understand the premise of the book, The Correspondent. We get it. Lots of talking. I understand it's not going to be the complete. It's going to be the complete opposite of what a story should be. It's going to be telling and not showing. I don't understand why anybody would read a book like this, much less write it. But I do know that if somebody is going to write a story like this, then they're going to have a bloody good reason. It's going to be a clear, hard-hitting story. It will have little to no filler. It's going to be entertaining from the beginning to the end. It's going to make me laugh and it's going to make me cry. The main character is going to be so charming and entertaining that I'm going to live on the end of every word she writes. What? Right, Joseph? Right? No filler at the very least, though. Right? Okay, maybe a charming main character then.
Yeah.
Okay, well maybe at least can we have a small selection of important characters, not random little children and customer service representatives.
Yeah.
Joseph, what the bloody hell is this author doing? Why does it feel like she's made the start of the book purposely confusing with a bajillion characters? What's with the pointless filler between Bassam and even the Shelley woman who eventually replaces Bassam? What's with the long-lost sister trope?
Yeah.
Is this the best that she's got? It's quite frankly a bloody disgrace. How hard is it to make this into a murder mystery where Sybil has been murdered and the readers try to find out who committed the murder from the correspondence? At least then we have a reason to read on. If the only reason to read on is to learn about this random fictional woman that we don't give a fuck about, well, that's not much of a reason to read on, is it? Yeah, if I was the editor, I would have said, bin it. Actually, no. What's the term you use? The French term?
Papier toilet. Legit. We will wipe our ass with it.
Do you disagree with anything that I said?
Nice. It was very disjointed. These kinds of books, I don't get them. I rely on you to get them for me. So I would be like, oh, okay, so it's me being weird. Right? I don't like this sort of thing. But now that I've heard you say that, I feel much more normal. Because I just didn't really get the direction of the book. I'm like, what?
What is the point?
I was really struggling to like give the author some credit for like something. And I thought there was stuff that was done well. I wouldn't say it was a absolute total waste of time, but I wouldn't read it again. So I suppose maybe that means I agree with you more than...
story, I think in the smallest book,
Yeah.
you can find something that's worthy, something that was good. And I think this doesn't, this is the same. You can find things in this book that were good, but overall, it's like, what was the bloody point?
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. One thing reading has taught me is the meaning of the word septuagenarian.
Yeah.
Honestly, I fail to see the value in inventing a word that means person in their 70s when you can actually just say person in their 70s. Interesting, Elijah. You would be considered a vicenarian, which is Latin for gay. No, it's Latin for somebody in their 20s. Anyway, Sybil Van Antwerp is our septuagenarian lead character. An old lady with a distinguished legal career, plenty of money in the bank, 2 adult children, and many, many regrets. Sybil spends every day indulging in the dying art of writing letters. So she's some super old, successful woman. She's retired. She's a divorcee. She's a mum of 2. And she writes letters to flex her intelligence. Mum of 3. And she writes letters to flex her intelligence, her superior IQ on people, because she's old and doesn't really want to do anything else. She believes that reaching out in correspondence is one of the original forms of civility. So not exactly a blockbuster start where I'm ready to be proven wrong. So the premise of the story, I was like, okay, cool, I get it. It doesn't sound very exciting, but let's see where this can go. And it didn't really go anywhere. I wasn't expecting it to go anywhere, to be honest, because like I'm kind of familiar with this whole memoir kind of style of books that that you keep picking.
Yeah, do you know what? I was duped by the reviews, because when you see a book like The Correspondent,
Never trust the reviews.
When you know what,
don't know how you don't know that yet.
When you see a book that's
called God of the Woods.
When you see a book that's called The Correspondence, you know what it's going to be. You literally know. So
it's not going to be about aliens.
Yeah, so you know it's going to be this boring back and forth. And if a boring back and forth can get so much good reviews, then you know it's got to be somewhat good then.
No, it doesn't. And you should have known that.
You know it has to be somewhat good.
And you should have known that. There's no rules when it comes to reviews. There's no such thing as, it has to be. No.
So wait, are reviews pointless?
Yeah, no. I think they're a lot more... I struggle to see the point. I just think it's more for people to just... People read something and they got all this energy and they just want to get it down on paper. This is why people like to be included in
official reviews. You think they should just get rid of them, turn all reviews off?
No, they do something. They just don't do what we think they do. So like the whole New York Times bestseller thing. Remember, how many New York Times bestsellers have we read?
No, I know it's just similar. It's consensus. But I'm talking about actual reviews. I'm talking about reviews across the board. I mean, like for products, for cameras, everything.
No, because there's some people who are honest.
Yeah, but the honest reviews are mixed in with everything else.
So no, I hear that, but just there being some honest people alone means there is at least some.
It's not going to help you though. You're not going to know
if you find them, yeah. Oh, if you're review, I'll read reviews for books after I've read them though. So.
Yeah, no, I do that as well. Despite previously tearing this book apart, there are a few moments that stand out, like the death of Sybil's ex-husband, the death of her son, her impending blindness, the car crash, and that strange moment where she accidentally kills the cat. But beyond those, the book piles on themes after theme: racism, autism, stalkers, sexism, divorce, infertility, adoption, trauma, the Holocaust, Syrian refugees, and even a child's suicide attempt. At a certain point, it stops feeling like storytelling and starts feeling like trauma overload. Honestly, this book probably should have come with a disclaimer. Something like, warning, this isn't a novel, it's trauma porn, with a sprinkle of romance. If the author had stripped the story down and focused on just 2 or 3 of these heavy themes, there might have been room for emotional depth and nuance. Instead, everything feels rushed and diluted. Even after the stalker subplot, which had potential, it ends up feeling a bit predictable, just marking time until the big reveal at the end. Was the author trying to show the chaos of real life, or simply exploiting pain for drama? Did the trauma improve the book? Did it make it any more interesting and any less pointless? Maybe that was it. Was it just a cheap trick to make a book seem less pointless?
Yeah, I think it's like a very heavy-handed attempt to get us to connect with the characters and feel something for them.
Feel sorry for them. But surely the idea wasn't to feel sorry for this woman, because this woman was not a nice woman.
She wasn't a nice woman, but that's kind of where I thought the author did something right.
Was it supposed to be morally grey?
Yeah, sort of thing. And it's just like...
She wasn't really morally grey, she was just
She's a dick. But what I thought was interesting is that at the very, very, very least, the writer didn't reduce herself to just trying to make us feel sorry for Sybil. sort of thing. So there's more than one emotion that we feel with Sybil. But I do agree with you. There's too many main characters, and they all had their own thing. And it's just like, bro, some of them had more than one thing, and it's like you get one thing max because there's so many of you as well.
Yeah.
One trauma thing max. So it's remarkable how similar our points are. Because I think I've got a point, a couple ones down, where it literally uses the word trauma dump.
Yeah.
Trauma porn's an interesting term though. I've never heard that, but I'm gonna start using it forthwith.
It's not the first time I said it.
Isn't it?
No, maybe.
I know exactly what this book is going to be. It's going to be a bunch of flashbacks and exposition disguised as letters, isn't it? Honestly, the 70-year-old main character was a bit of a dead giveaway. When you have a 70-year-old main character, you know nothing's going to happen in this book. If you are one of our 3 viewers, you will know that I'm not the biggest fan of these trendy book formats. If I wanted to be reading a bunch of letters, I wouldn't be reading a book. I wish I could at least give Virginia points for originality, but this is a literary device I've seen before. Exposition disguised as letters to Ellen DeGeneres. Sound familiar, Nigel?
Yeah.
And I knew what that was. I saw it from the smoke screen. It was instantly as well.
Come on.
Honestly, the more books I read, the more convinced I become that writing is just finding ways to tell the audience what is going on without letting them know that you're telling them what's going on. So, you know, a few years ago in what I consider to be the golden age of cinema, we had a bunch of movies that were like, like Optimus Prime, before time began. And it would start exposition just in the beginning of the movie or whatever. Anthony Hopkins would do it a bunch as well. Those days are over. You can't just tell the audience what's going on. You got to find like a...
You're not even tricking them, but you got to make the effort. That's
you got to make the effort, and it's got to be subtle. It can't really be too heavy-handed as well. You got to like coax them open before you.
Even if you find confession letters from people, or
That's why I thought confession was it was well used in the other one that we did, because there was a very conscious and thoughtful attempt from the author to actually repackage this exposition as something that you might want to...
We know what it is. Just give it to us. Just give it to me straight.
Just prologue. In the beginning.
Star Wars, the text come up.
That might be the best ever attempt to do it, though, because that was actually original.
That was a lot, though, isn't it? I don't know how they thought that was acceptable. At the start of the film.
Yeah. That's really rude, isn't it?
They show us that. You should be showing us, not telling us.
Yeah. Why we see?
We haven't paid for a book.
Absolutely.
Bold. Sybil wasn't a likable character at all. Stuck up, self-centered, and even cold towards her own family. One day, she received a letter from her sister, Rosalie, revealing that Sybil's daughter, Fiona, had visited her months earlier. Fiona had been struggling and needed somebody to talk to. Because of her strained relationship with her mother, she turned to her aunt instead. Before leaving, Fiona made Rosalie promise not to tell Sybil about the visit or anything they discussed. Reluctantly, Rosalie agreed. Months later, Rosalie broke her promise and confessed everything to Sybil, including that Fiona was having fertility issues. Sybil exploded with anger. "How dare you keep this from me?" she shouted. "You met my daughter behind my back. You're supposed to be my sister." Now the question is, was Rosalie wrong for keeping Fiona's secret, or was she simply honouring her niece's trust? And did Sybil have a right to know what was happening with her daughter, Joseph?
Yes, from a certain perspective, but also I think Sybil's relationship with her daughter, yes, she has a right to know what's going on with her daughter to a certain extent, but I also feel like Sybil's relationship with her daughter is her problem. If your daughter doesn't feel like she can talk to you, you did something.
So you're saying Rosalie shouldn't have told her?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I'm agreeing. Rosalie shouldn't have told her.
Okay. So all right, but sometimes, so at what point does keeping a promise? At what point does keeping a promise become complicity? So, for example, let's say her daughter was going under cosmetic surgery. Tits done.
That kind of thing, because that's the decision of the guardian, isn't it? So that's like, now you've taken a choice out of the parent or guardian's hand.
The daughter's over the age of 18.
Oh, okay, cool. When that
so the daughter comes to you, "I want to get my tits done, Joseph. Don't tell my mum."
Okay, in that instance, I would literally be like, you can't say that kind of thing to me and not expect me to tell her. I would just be straight up. I'm not going to keep that kind of secret. Like,
why? She's over 18.
No, I hear what you're saying, but it's just like, if you're over 18, stand your own decision. Like, why does it need to be a secret from your mum? Just stand there, look her in the face like you look me in the face and say it.
Her privacy is not as important as what the mum knowing.
What privacy? You just came and told me. There's no privacy. If you wanted it private, you wouldn't have said nothing.
No, but I want to talk to you about getting my tits done.
Why?
Doesn't matter. That's besides the point.
Of course it matters.
Just don't tell.
Nah, of course it matters.
So why do you think you need to tell the mom about this?
Well, first of all, I believe if you play silly games, you'll win silly prizes, and that seems like a silly game to me. Oh, I'm going to tell you. Yeah, one.
That sounds like a great idea to me.
But two, sounds like two great ideas. But one, I think it's a silly idea. Two, I think it's a silly idea, like telling one person, but I don't want to tell another person. I think like when you're a child and it's like something serious.
She's not a child.
No, I hear what you're saying, but when you're a child and it's something serious, children and young people, even 18, 19, 20, whatever, they need people who they trust to confide in sometimes. In that instance, I don't feel like it's right to just tell the mum if the child didn't feel comfortable telling them. But at the same time, if you're over 18, get your tits done or whatever, do it. But you're gonna when you turn up with the fucking tits, you're gonna have to talk to your mum anyway. When you turn up with them,
They grew.
Like, do you understand what I'm saying? That's not gonna work. So it's just like,
all right. But you still think that Rosalie shouldn't have told the mum about that Fiona had come to visit her.
Yeah.
She shouldn't have.
Yeah, no, she shouldn't have. What do you think?
I think she should have.
You think she should have?
Yeah.
You're not just disagreeing with me for the sake of it, are you?
No. I mean, look, who have you known longer, your sister or the niece?
No, I hear what you're saying. No. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Let me ask you another question. Here's another angle.
Yeah.
Imagine you're confronting your daughter, baiting her into the lie, and you ask her, "So, when's the last time you saw Aunt Rosalie?" And if she says, "I haven't seen her in years," is your daughter justified in being angry with you for your skullduggery, underhanded behaviour? Could she justifiably claim that you were also being dishonest by asking her a question when you already knew the answer?
Come on, that would never work on parents. You should know that's not going to work on parents. No matter what crimes they commit, they never own up to it. Always deflect, never take accountability.
But I'm just saying, is it dishonest?
Of course it's dishonest. It's dishonest.
So you're just as bad as the person who lied when you're.
I don't know if I would say you're just as bad, but I don't think that's an honest way of communicating. Though it's not like it's an underhanded way of making your point.
Could you say that you was trying to give them an opportunity to tell the truth?
That's not a real thing. That's not a real thing. When people say that, it's not a real thing. What do you mean? Who are you, God? Giving me an opportunity to tell the truth,
Well, because obviously
like absolution is on offer or something.
They lied about something, but they haven't actually. It's a lie by omission, and a lie by omission, you can always just say, "Oh, I forgot to tell you."
Yeah, I suppose, but it's like that doesn't mean you're giving them an opportunity to tell the truth. That means you're trying to entrap them.
So do you
within their own lie?
You don't believe in giving somebody the opportunity to tell the truth?
No, I don't believe in not consciously doing that. I don't believe in it just feels a bit judgy to me, innit? As if you always tell the truth, like you're giving me an opportunity. Like from where?
So
who
what?
Are you to give
just
me
give her a
opportunity?
pass for lying then?
I'm not saying that. I believe in confronting people if you feel like wronged by the fact that they lied to you. I believe in confrontation, but that's entrapment is what it really is.
So what she did is wrong.
Yeah, of course it is. Police entrapment's wrong, isn't it? Even if you get the guy, you know he did it.
Entrapment is actually,
it's manipulation of the circumstances.
All she did is ask, "Oh, when's the last time you saw?"
Well, that's a manipulation of the circumstances. Yeah, it's a manipulation. It's wrong.
Fair enough. All right.
I don't think all sins are the same. Yeah, you're right.
More and more sick by the minute.
All right, let's pick up the pace. All right. I suppose if I had to give this author credit for something, the first thing that comes to mind is how multi-layered Sybil is. I was a bit on the fence at this through multiple parts of the book. At times it felt like the author was merely dumping Sybil's trauma on us to get us to feel something, and at times it felt heavy-handed. But at other times it made Sybil feel more real. A lot of the trauma and regret that Sybil writes letters to process has to do with her estranged daughter Fiona, who she wants to reconnect with, and her son Gilbert, who died when he was only 8. As Sybil reaches the end of her life, she realises she's also becoming blind, which threatens her favourite pastime of writing letters. So yeah, at times it felt like trauma dumping, but we don't just sympathise with Sybil. At times we almost feel like we want to scold her for her sharp tongue, not thinking before she speaks. I had an example, but I accidentally deleted it. But I was trying to give the author a little bit of credit, because at the end of the day, it's not just trauma, we feel sorry. At certain times I'm like, bitch deserves it.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why it was a bit, it was beyond just trauma for me, but there was a lot of trauma.
Do you think we're giving the author credit as if she attempted the character to be morally grey? What if you find out that she was actually trying to wholeheartedly get us to feel sorry for Sybil?
What if she just came out in an interview and was just like, yeah, I was just trying to...
Yeah.
Then I'd just be like, oh, well, I tried. I tried to give you something.
Because
but you deserve nothing.
She might, because there were times where it seemed like she was trying to get us to feel sorry for her.
Yeah.
Like in my next point, I'm gonna, it seemed like she was trying to make us feel sorry for her, but it was just like, I don't feel sorry for her for that. One second, I'm getting a call. Let me just see. I just got to tell someone to leave me alone because I'm filming that. Come on. Despite my lack of interest in this story, there are definitely a few strong talking points. Sybil worked as a clerk for a judge. One morning, the wife of a defendant came in to plead for her husband's freedom. She even brought in their 2 sons along, hoping that their presence might help. Her husband had been caught smuggling contraband using a pizza van delivery. Please talk to the judge, the woman begged. He knows what he did was wrong, but he only did it to make ends meet. We needed money for the boy's school uniform. If he goes to jail, it will tear our family apart. We'll be homeless. She went on, desperate. Those things would have been delivered with or without my husband. He's not the kingpin. Please show him some mercy. My papa is a good man, one of the boys said quietly. Sybil looked at the woman straight in the eye, cold, unfeeling, and turned her away. She didn't lift a finger to help the Italian family. Years later, the story reveals that the stalker tormenting Sybil was one of those same boys, grown up and shaped by the fallout of her cruelty. Eventually, Sybil apologizes. She admits that the same week that woman came into her, she had lost her own son in a freak accident.
Wait, what?
She was bitter, jealous, and broken, and she wanted that mother to feel a fraction of her pain. So, I mean, there's so many things to unpick there. But firstly, what was the purpose of that story? And what I mean by that is, was the author attempting to make us feel sorry for Sybil? Was we supposed to hate her even more than we already did? Because what she did was cruel. Like,
that was beyond cruel.
Like, she's done something purposely just to make that mother feel pain because she had lost her son.
Like, for absolutely no reason.
And secondly, if you was the judge, how would you handle that case?
What the case would do?
Please, sir, I needed to pay for my children's school uniform. What are you doing?
Death row! Death row!
And lastly, my papa is a good man. What does that actually mean?
And
is that impossible?
Death row!
Is that impossible for that to be true, given the circumstances that he was caught smuggling contraband? Can a person still be considered good if they knowingly break the law?
Well, one, I think that's probably that's a very complicated question, but I think the answer is probably, we could debate all day and probably end up with yes. I'd probably end up at yes. That's probably where I would end up. But when was it the wife that was like, those things would be here without him? So I'm like, so what's he getting paid for?
No, but is she not right?
No.
They
would be without him. They would be here without him, but they wouldn't be here without a courier, and you're the courier, so you get the prison sentence. This is what it is, mate. Same way you got the money for doing the job.
So wait, what you're saying is you want the money for the job? Huh? What you're saying is you want the money for the job, and he gets off.
No, I'm saying you was getting paid for a job. You did the job. You're the head that rolls.
But it's funny because I didn't think she was cruel for doing her job. If she said, no, I'm not going to talk to the judge to get you a light sentence, fair enough. But when she's turning away because she wanted her to feel some pain, now we're
could have, but I decided not to.
Now we're just like, bro, like, what are you doing, sort of thing.
Yeah. It was a bit
cruel,
of bitch.
Cruel, cold.
Cruel hag. There are a lot of characters. For once, instead of complaining about being confused, I will give the author credit for making each character stand out and be their own. Although at times, again, it felt like a little much, like the author was trying too hard to give every character their own tragic backstory. We've got Bruce, the quiet, dutiful son, Fiona, the architect who struggles with infertility, Felix, the gay adopted brother, gay and adopted, Jesus Christ, Theodore, the Jewish refugee from Nazi Germany, and the list goes on. So at times I was just like, what are we supposed to be reading? Is this like a Alcoholics Anonymous group or something?
I don't know why. Why wouldn't you just cut it down and beef it up?
it seems like she tried to have one struggling person from every ethnic group at a minimum. You know,
Yeah.
so you've got the gay there, you've got the Jew there, you've got all the... Yeah, you got everybody.
Did you listen to it or did you read it?
No, I read it. I haven't listened to a book in weeks.
You would have benefited from the different voices,
Fair enough.
the accents. Still was crap.
So imagine reading it like I did then.
At the end of the book, we learn that the circumstances surrounding the death of Sybil's son, Gilbert, wasn't as straightforward as they first appeared. The family had gone to their seaside country house for a short vacation. Sybil's husband and their other son, Bruce, had gone hunting, leaving Sybil to supervise Gilbert while he went swimming. We all know where this is going.
Yeah, exactly.
Her husband had asked her not to bring work along, but she disobeyed him and took her laptop anyway. "Come swim with me, mother," Gilbert pleaded. "Go and play, I'm busy," Sybil said dismissively, eyes fixed on her screen. She should have seen him getting ready to dive off the cliff, unaware of the sharp rocks hidden below the surface. "Watch me dive like an athlete," he called out excitedly. "Yeah, jump," she said, barely looking up. Moments later, the sound of the waves fell silent. Too silent. Gilbert had broken his neck on the rocks and died instantly. Sybil hid the truth. Her husband never found out that she was working instead of watching him, or that she had effectively dismissed her son's final plea for attention. So now the question is, should she have come clean about what really happened?
Yeah, but it's very easy to say, isn't it? You got more to the question.
Why, well, I was going to finish the question, but you answered. So why should she tell what happened? What good would that do?
Well, you know, I imagine that it would give the family some closure.
No, he knows he died from a swimming accident. But I'm saying,
But it wasn't an accident.
Well, it was an accident. He definitely didn't mean to do that, and she didn't mean.
Well, I thought it wasn't an accident on her part. I thought it was negligence. I don't think negligence is ever an accident.
Isn't it? Can negligence still be an accidental?
Well, accident means it was out of my control. Negligence is not out of your control.
No, I think accident just means you didn't mean for that to happen.
So it was out of your control.
No, something could still be in. You could drop the phone, but it was in your control. But
until it wasn't.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When you drop it, that's when it becomes out of your control.
So what
quite
you're saying, that was
literally.
negligence to drop my phone?
Well, you didn't hold it hard enough. Of course it's negligence.
Well, that means every single thing is negligence.
Now you're getting it. No, but in general, like, I just don't think...
I think something could be accident and negligence. But some,
like, if lightning strikes me, that's an accident.
I think all negligence is an accident. Because if it's purposeful, then it wasn't negligence. It's a crime. Like, yeah, negligence isn't a crime. Well, it might be. I don't know.
Yeah, with children, it definitely is.
I don't know if is negligence a crime. So, I mean,
I think it's an offence.
Loss of life. You know, that's you're gonna get punished for that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If your child dies due to negligence, you will get punished.
Yeah, you will get punished for that. But
yeah.
I don't know if it's a crime of negligence. If you just failed the duty of care.
Yeah, you failed your duty of care
But I don't know
through
what
negligence.
Yeah. So I don't know if negligence in and of itself is.
Well, it's close enough.
So do you think
go
she
to
should
prison for it? It's close enough to a crime, isn't it?
Do you think she should go to prison for that?
Yeah,
Really?
of course. He was like, "I'm gonna jump off this cliff, mummy," and she went, "Go on then." What?
Okay.
Come on, you gotta go to jail for that, man. What can you go to jail for if not that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I just think that was utterly avoidable, and she's a donut for allowing that to happen.
I think she should take that to the grave, mate.
I wouldn't necessarily blame her if she did, because that's not, as you can imagine, an easy conversation to have.
Forgiven?
Well, you want to be forgiven, you know how to start. Tell the truth, mate. If you want forgiveness.
I think it'd be better. It'd be easier for someone to forgive if she doesn't tell the truth.
No, she has nothing to forgive if she doesn't tell the truth. It was an accident,
Well,
right?
it was still her fault.
You might as well tell the truth then. You didn't even really save face, did you? Because everyone still knows it's your fault. What the hell? You're the only one there.
But it wasn't. It was your fault because it's negligence. But when it's a fact that you weren't paying attention, now it seems.
That's
worse.
like,
It seems
it's like
worse.
you killed him.
You was watching porn.
Yeah, 100%. No,
That's yeah.
100%. But no, listen, she wants
Maybe
forgiveness.
she's watching porn.
If she wants
that.
I just said, I've nearly finished.
Got 2 more kids, isn't it?
Yeah, no, 100%. But yeah, no, when it comes down to, if you want forgiveness, there's only one way to make that happen. People can't forgive you unless they know what you did. People can't forgive you. And even if they say they forgive you, it's not real forgiveness because they don't know what you did. Got to be honest to somebody, which is why God gave us the confessional. Can confess your dirty, dirty sins to a complete stranger.
I never need forgiveness.
If you're never sorry, you will never need to be forgiven. It's a hack. In the end, Sybil dies at her writing desk. Spoiler alert, by the way. I understand for some how this can be a moving end to a powerful story full of introspection about the finiteness of life and how family and loved ones are all we have at the end of the day. I see the vision with that, but for me, reading is meant to be an escape. Reading a book about no matter how much money we make, we all die alone. That's not an escape. That's real life. So, I don't know. I felt unfulfilled by the book when everything was said and done because it was about some old woman.
So wait, what are you saying? You wanted a happy ending?
Not necessarily. I think it can be, sad endings can be done well.
Wait, so you think this sad ending wasn't done well?
I don't think really anything about the book was done well. Like, I don't read the book and think...
okay.
It was an easy way to tie up all
Do you know what I liked
she's
most
70,
of all?
bro. We knew she was going to die.
Do you know what I liked most of all?
What?
The long lost sister. Random long lost
That
sister.
was just
What
unnecessary.
the fuck was that
It's
about?
always really bad when that kind of stuff happens because it's just like
You're
really...
clutching at straws now.
And it's not like you've not got enough characters in this already. So it was so unnecessary. You went out of your way to add another one. The most unlikely circumstances of all time. It's like you're not even trying.
So, I take it you'd recommend the book.
1. 1 out of 5.
1 is
1.
generous.
Oh, really?
I
Damn.
don't see,
When have I ever said 0? Did I ever say...
Real Club, God of the Woods.
We
We do
did
this
this last
every
week. We literally did this
week.
last
We
week.
do it every week. I don't think I've
1.
ever given a book 0.
Yeah, 1. Then I was like, other than them 4 books that I genuinely thought were zeros. But, yeah, I'm going to go with 1.
Name of the Rose.
Disgrace. Name of the Rose. That was far better than Mother Son. The hell? Mother Son
Let's
had
do it
nothing
again.
good about it. Nothing good. Yeah, I'll give it a 1. I wouldn't recommend it. I
Yeah,
thought it was
1. It's horrible. Horrible.
boring,
Horrible.
boring, and just
Pointless.
yeah, and it just
Dribble.
went in really weird
Happy hour
directions.
toilet.
Yeah, it went in really weird directions.
All right, come on, then, let's have it then.
Huh?
The quote of the day.
Oh yeah. I
I'm
forgot.
gonna rip this to shreds.
All right, calm down. Don't want to do it anymore. All right. So wait, you said 0 for
1-0. Who
Correspondent.
gives a fuck?
I'm crying.
Shit, it don't matter.
Quote of the day. It is. Bearing in mind, I found this in like 9 seconds while using the toilet. But quote of the day.
Having a wank in the toilet.
Absolutely. It is better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation.
That's bullshit.
God, Dad.
That is rubbish.
No, it's not.
So
What are you
wait.
talking about?
So wait. What you're saying is,
Until next time.
Let's say you had a time machine and you went back.
Jesus Christ.
You went back in time. You ripped off J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter. You made it big and made millions. That's not as good as doing it originally.
No.
You fool. You know what you would do.
No, but I'm saying that's not going to be better than J.K. Rowling doing it originally, is it? The first time.
So you wouldn't do it.
When did I say that? I said
Read the quote again.
it's better to succeed.
I'm the one
who said it. I'm the one who said it. Listen, all I'm saying is
Go on.
it's not going to be better than when J.K. Rowling did it.
Why not?
Because J.K. Rowling, it was original when she did
Not
it.
if you did it first.
Huh?
Not if you did it first.
Which would make me the original. Thank you very much. So I did do it originally.
Well, you wouldn't if you'd stolen it from.
Well, it's
J.K.
not
Rowling.
imitation. If I did it first,
Did it say imitation?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why are you repeating yourself?
It's where you stopped. Yeah.
What does it say?
It's better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation.
Ah, even better.
Why is that
So
better?
it's better to fail in originality
Yeah.
than succeed in imitation.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Why not?
Because succeeding in imitation brings a financial reward. Failing in originality, I know which one I would do.
Well, you might. People don't necessarily look at success and failure in terms of monetary terms. So
Most people definitely.
I don't know if I would say most people. There's some, places,
Well-
some tribes in Africa where it's considered wealth.
Well,
to
that's,
have,
yeah,
well,
exactly.
it's considered.
That's the exception.
Well, you don't even know what I'm going to say. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Well,
So how do you know it's the exception if you
Well,
don't
it
know what I'm
has
going
to
to say?
be. If you're talking about
Wait. If you do, I don't. When did I say small amount of tribes?
Well,
I didn't say that.
tribes-
Africa's a lot of people, you know.
Is there?
What do you mean?
Do you know how many people are in Africa?
I know it ain't 12.
It's about 1.2 billion people.
Yes,
in
it's
Africa.
so a few. But yeah, no, and there's people there.
No,
where they
it's
consider
2.2 billion.
they consider wealth to be family, wife, kids, livestock, stuff like that.
Sounds like invitation to me.
But it's it's not failing in originality may not mean you're broke. It may not mean you're not making any money or anything like that. But it's like it's not you. It's not. A lot of people look at success as, did I leave my legacy on this world? What will people remember me for outside of making money, sort of thing. So success and failure, there's a lot of words to it. You may interpret it in one way, and no one's calling you wrong, but you're wrong.
Papier toilet. Till next time.
Till next time.